By request, I'm going to show you today very briefly the Spyderco Roadie and compare it to another couple knives. Briefly, it's a little slip joint from Spyderco. It's got a little bit different method of springing open, and it's got a little bit different spring than you find on most slip joints. Spyderco calls this their notched joint spring mechanism. The history behind this knife is that after September 11, pretty much anything that is even remotely a sharp edge or anything even remotely threatening looking was banned from commercial flights in the United States by the TSA. And for like 2 days or some ridiculously a short amount of time, the TSA passed a rule where you could have a pocket knife or a nail clipper or something like that that met certain dimensions, and Spyderco came up with this. I got mine from Blade HQ about a week ago, and I was actually on there looking for something else, but I saw the shape of the blade, which is like a little modified sheep's foot, and just some of the features of the knife, and I ended up buying it. The overall length of this knife is 5.08 inches with a blade of 2.09 inches. Closed, it's just under 3 inches at 2.99 inches. The blade thickness is 0.112 inches or 2.9 millimeters. The length of the cutting edge here is 1.72 inches. The blade steel for this knife is something called N690CO, and I'm not like a steel junkie, and so it's a stainless steel. It's a pretty good steel. That's about all I can tell you. The handle material is an injection molded fiberglass reinforced nylon, and the weight is 1 ounce or 28 grams. So now that we're done with the boring stuff, I'm going to show you how this stacks up to other knives that I carry on a more or less daily basis. Most of the stuff that I'm going to carry often is going to end up on this shelf right here. You know, I kind of separate what I'm going to carry based on what I'm going to do, and on a weekday, the stuff I've been grabbing most often is like this teardrop jack by Case. I'll grab, you know, this one quite a bit. I'll grab a Case peanut. There's been a couple days recently where I've carried this little Spyderco. On occasion, I'll even carry this little Victorinox. And then on the weekend, I'll carry other stuff depending on what I'm doing. I like to carry things that are like kind of unusual. Like I like these elephant toe pattern knives. I like this knife a lot. It's a paramilitary 2. Let's see, what else is like a weekend carry here? Case back pocket I like a lot. I'll even go sometimes and carry an Almar Eagle. Sometimes during the week I'll even carry an Imp. So for the stuff I'm likely to carry on a weekday, here's where the Spyderco stacks up size-wise. Here's that little Case peanut. Here's another little Spyderco. I forget the name of it exactly, but I like it. Obviously I've been using it a lot. I like it's got a little handle clip. It's a lock blade, pretty nice thing. I'll carry a Swiss Army knife sometimes because I like the can opener and the bottle opener. And then of course, because of my penchant for unusual shaped knives, I like this Case teardrop a lot. But you know, it's about this in the middle size-wise for these. It's lighter weight than the peanut and this other model. I forget what model that is exactly. And it's lighter than the teardrop. It really kind of disappears in your pocket. It's pretty thin, side to side, like so. For comparison, there it is next to a teardrop jack. About the same thickness. This one's lighter weight. There it is next to a Case peanut. So it's thinner than a peanut. The thing really kind of drops into your pocket nicely. So let's look at some of the features of this thing. So when you see it open, it's got like a little finger choil up there for your index finger if you're into that sort of thing. What I use these most for is going to be something like just opening a box or something. One of the reasons I like the sheep's foot shape is you always know where that tip is. I always feel like I have a lot of control of how that tip moves through whatever material I'm trying to cut. Now that may just be a kind of a personal quirk or idiosyncrasy, but I really like it for that. Another thing I really like about the Spyderco is that look at how you open it. It's two-hand opening, which is fine, but it's got, instead of a nail nick like on some of these where you have to have a fingernail and these things kind of collect some dust now and again, instead of one of those that's a nail nick, it's got this little carved out hemisphere thing. I don't even know what they're calling that, but it's nice, easy opening, easy to grab, and it doesn't collect dirt and stuff like that. If you were so inclined, you could put a lanyard on it. The knife itself is made in Italy. I find it to be very high quality. You can get these for under 50 bucks at places like Blade HQ or on Amazon. I think it's worth checking out if you carry knives like this and like something kind of small in your pocket. I think you'd probably be happy with this. It's kind of an update on some of the more traditional slip joint designs using a little bit more modern materials and stuff. I really like it. Thanks for watching.